In a plenary meeting held Friday, March 10 at Beijing's Great Hall of the People, Xi Jinping was unanimously elected president of the country and chairman of the Central Military Commission. Our CGTN correspondent, HUANG was reporting live, and here's the report for you.
The third plenary meeting for the first session of the 14th National People's Congress, or NPC, China's top legislature, was held in Beijing Friday morning. And during the meeting, Xi Jinping was unanimously elected president of the People's Republic of China and chairman of the Central Military Commission. Han Zheng was elected vice president, and Zhao Leji was elected chairman of the Standing Committee of the 14th National People's Congress. 14 people were elected vice chairman of the Standing Committee. Well, after being elected, Xi Jinping took a public oath of allegiance to the Constitution. He pledged to be loyal to the country and the people, accept the people's supervision, and work for a great modern socialist country that is prosperous, strong, democratic, culturally advanced, harmonious, and beautiful. And the new vice president and the new top legislator also pledged allegiance to the Constitution. I was at the Great Hall of the People this morning, and I talked to some deputies. Many of them said they are so excited to witness the moment, especially those from the grassroots, such as remote villages or mountainous areas, because they are among those who can feel the changes of the Chinese society better than most. And over the past 10 years, since the 18th National Congress of the CPC, China has seen rapid development as it has lifted about 100 million people out of absolute poverty, which marks a success of the country's poverty eradication task and become the second largest economy in the world. It has established the world's largest education, social security, and medical and healthcare systems, and the proportion of the middle-income group in China has expanded to 1/3 of the total population in the past decade. Well, meanwhile, the country has also witnessed remarkable progress in pursuing high-quality development and made unswerving efforts to build an open world economy despite the headwinds of the deglobalization. But of course, it doesn't mean there were roses all the way. And analysts say the biggest challenge to China's future development is the China-U.S. relations. The adjustment of the U.S. strategy towards China has actually set up quite a few obstacles for the country's modernization process. Meanwhile, in the domestic society, one of the prominent problems is in the aging of the population. And there are also concerns of energy and food security, and there were also problems in the income distribution gap in the country. And as China aims to peak carbon emissions before 2030 and reach carbon neutrality before 2060, there were also pressures on properly handling the relationship between developing the economy and reducing emissions. And experts are also saying that facing the continued international unrest and uncertainty, now that the country has announced a victory against the 3 years of COVID-19 pandemic, the new state leaders will shore up confidence for the country to focus on its economic recovery and social development, because to paraphrase an ancient proverb, if a tree's roots are deep enough, it won't fall no matter how strong the wind is. Huang Yue, CGTN for TVRI in Beijing.